Welcome back, guys. Today we got Lomo Saltado on the menu. It's a Peruvian dish. It's a staple in Peruvian cuisine. Let's get into the ingredients. We're gonna need some steak, however you guys want to say it. We call it fajita. Olive oil, vinegar, any kind of vinegar, soy sauce, salt, paprika, cumin, pepper, some tomatoes, onions, cilantro, and garlic. And these fries here, I have 2 cups of fries that I already actually made in the oven. So we're gonna put the fries to the side. And what I'm doing here, guys, I'm actually just trimming off the fat of my skirt steak. And I'm just gonna cut it against the grain, like so. Just into skinny strips. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna turn that around. And we want basically like a 2 to 3 inch thick piece of steak. So ideally this is exactly what you want it to look like. Alright, once you guys got that all cut up, you're gonna go ahead and chop up some garlic, 2 cloves to be exact. Now this dish right here, guys, only takes 20-30 minutes tops, and it's so easy because everything is done in one pan. And all you got to do is serve it up with white steamed rice, which I'm actually going to show you guys how to do in another video. But just stay tuned for that. So in the meantime, guys, while you're actually adding the garlic into the bowl, now we want to go ahead and go through our seasonings. You want to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then you want a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of cumin. And then you also want to add in some freshly ground pepper. If not, regular pepper will work just fine. And what we're going to do, we're going to mix this all in the bowl. And once it's mixed up, we're actually going to just let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just let it marinate, just like that. Put that to the side. And then with our onions, we want to sliver these onions. You want a good sized piece. I'm only using 1/4 of a large onion for this, but you just basically just want to run your knife and then just separate them. And ideally this is exactly how you want the onion to look. Now with the tomatoes, same thing. You just want a nice slice, nice thick pieces, not too small. You want a bite. And there you go. I'd say that's about the right size for the tomato. Now the funny thing about this dish, guys, I actually am kind of new, not really new, but the first time I tried this was actually in 2010, and it was with 2 of my boys that I used to work with, and one of them, he was actually Peruvian, and he put me on to a bunch of Peruvian food. And honestly, this is probably like the best dish that Peruvians have in their arsenals. It's really quick, really easy, but the way it's presented on the plate, man, it looks like they took forever to make it. Guys, so once you have a pan with a little oil, you just want to go ahead and drop the meat individually. You don't want to crowd the pan all at once. And you want to put the pan on high heat, on the highest heat possible, because all you guys want to do is just sear the outside and create a nice crispy caramelization, just like this. I got a little close up for you guys to take a better look at it. Alright, but once you got that, you just want to go ahead and flip the meat, let it cook off a little more, and then at this point you want to add your onions. Now when you add your onions, you're actually going to turn down the heat to medium high. And you're just going to let these sit in here for about a minute or 2 until they start wilting just a little bit. Or should they start getting soft? They're going to start getting soft. Alright, so just mix that around. And guys, if you guys could just smell this, it's amazing. Alright, so once the onions actually wilt down a little bit, just go ahead and add your tomatoes. And the tomatoes are going to be in the pan for like another minute. Like I said, this dish is not taking long at all. I say from start to finish, even with the prep, it took me in total 30 minutes. That's including making the rice. But here's a close-up. You see that the tomatoes are nice and soft. Onions are nice and caramelized. Now, once you have the tomato cooked to about the consistency you see here, you want to add about 4 tablespoons of soy sauce and about 3 tablespoons of vinegar. You're just going to mix it up, and you only want to let that sit for a few seconds, maybe about 30 seconds. Then just go ahead and dump in your fries and just mix everything all up until every single fry is coated. And once it's coated, guys, just go ahead and turn off the heat. And I always let it cool for about maybe a minute or 2, 3 minutes. Because with that chopped cilantro, you don't want to put it in while it's hot. Just let it cool down a little bit. But go ahead and just throw the cilantro on top, garnish it. And there you go. Your Lomo Saltado masterpiece is done. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little emotional again. FYI, it's so hard not to touch the pan. But this one here is just a little trick as far as to making a nice shape for the white steamed rice. Just grab a dish, any dish that you like as far as the shape. I happen to have this blue square looking deal. And what I do, you just pack that bowl nice and tight and just put it up against the plate, and it should pop right out. And there you go. Once you're done with that, just go ahead and plate your food up. Now, like I said, guys, this is an easy dish. It looks like I've been slaving over a hot stove all day, but little do people know that it only took me 30 minutes. Now, with the right rice, I just like to add a little garnish, a little cilantro on top, just to make it look nice. And there you have it, guys. Lomo Saltado. This is my interpretation of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a little bite and make sure I get a little bit of everything. Now, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, guys, welcome to another episode of Effortless Cooking, where we try to make cooking effortless. So today we're gonna be making some fajita chicken pepper tostadas. Personal favorite of mine. So we're gonna need some